Our next speaker is someone who said yes to Canada, just like Natalie. She is a machine learning project manager with the advanced tech team here at Amii. She has managed a variety of technology-focused projects in areas such as networking, security, unified communications, performance optimization, as well as the design and implementation of smart business solutions across various industries. The verticals include information technology, manufacturing, oil and gas, and healthcare. She earned a bachelor's in electronic engineering from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. She also holds her PMP and PMI-ACP designations. She is passionate about using technology as a force for good. Please welcome Deborah Akaniru.
Thank you for having me. I just want to share a really short story about how I moved from Nigeria to Canada. The year was 2019. I had a thriving career, a great life in Nigeria, but I was not satisfied. I wanted more. I knew that the world was bigger than my sphere. It was bigger than where I was, and I wanted to explore. I wanted adventure. And I started to explore what more can I do, where can I go. I considered Australia and Canada, and for some reason I settled with Canada. So this picture is like my last day in Nigeria and my first day in Canada. I thought that a bit of background about myself. I started my career as a project engineer in a technology company, and by 2019 I had become the head of IT for an oil and gas company in Nigeria. Great career, if I must say. I come from like a very large family, so I'm 1 in 7. So I had a lot of people, like I had everything going for me, so why would I want to leave all of that and come here? But I knew adventure was waiting for me in Canada, and I wanted to come. So in the summer of 2021, I came to Canada for the first time. It was great, the weather was good, it was summer, and I thought that was how life was going to be. Like, I was excited, right? And then the dilemma started when I started to look for a job. I was told that I needed experience, I needed to have a Canadian degree, and that I needed an accent. So someone said to me that I couldn't get a job as a customer care representative because nobody would hear what I had to say. And I was really bummed because I came very excited, I was very confident, had all this experience, and I mean, what could go wrong? But after 1 month, I decided to go back home because I didn't know what I was doing here. My confidence just dropped. I felt like, I mean, before I left Nigeria, I didn't quite resign from my job because the risk-averse side of me did not want to give up what I already had. So I took like a month-long vacation and I came here. I just thought that if it worked, I'd stay. If it doesn't work with me, then just go back home. It's not that bad. So I did go back because I did not believe in myself anymore. I did not think that I had what it took to be in Canada. But when I went back, I decided to re-strategize, and it's okay. Like, it's okay to make a decision and change your mind. Like, it's not a crime if you find that information that you have is not sufficient. It's okay to go back and re-strategize, get more knowledge, and maybe come back or not. So I reached out to an immigration consultant or an employment consultant through one of the immigration settlement programs that Canada so graciously provided, but I did not know about. And I had this immigration consultant review my resume, and based on my experience in education, she said, "Oh, you can definitely get a job in Canada. You don't have to do like menial jobs. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. I mean, all jobs are great, but it depends on like what you really want." I wanted something that was in line with the expertise that I had, because I knew that I had more. And speaking with her just brought back my confidence. I became excited again. I started to learn. So I took courses in job search strategies, Canadian workplace culture, small talk, things that I took for granted. I didn't know that I needed. And then doing those courses helped me. So I started to tailor my resume Canadian style. I didn't know there was such a thing called Canadian style resume. I had like a 5-page resume detailing everything that I had done leading up until that point, that I had to shrink to 2 pages, imagine. So I got all of those, and I started to apply for the job, and thankfully I started to get callbacks, but I didn't quite land a job yet. So my plan was to ensure that I had a job before I left Nigeria, because I did not want to come and suffer. So I kept trying to get a job, and I'll get 30 job interviews. Sorry, we can't take you, and I had to try again. So after a while, I decided that, you know what, it's not worth it continuing to try from here. Maybe I just needed to take that leap of faith and go back and see what is in stock. I mean, I wanted adventure, right? So I might as well try. So I decided in November 2021 to move to Canada in winter. That was the worst decision, because I landed in Canada in -33. Now, to put it in perspective, Nigeria has average temperatures between 24 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees on any given day. So it's like summer all year round in Nigeria, and I came in -33. It was like the most horrible period in my life. I literally did not sleep for 2 days, and I'm not joking. I couldn't sleep. Like, it was like my body was shutting down. I did not understand what was happening to me, because I always hated cold. We do have air conditioners in Nigeria, but the lowest temperatures were like 16 degrees, so I'd never experienced anything like that. I really wanted to go back home, but I knew that, I always said something to myself: I'm not a quitter, and I finish everything I start. But I quit once, and I wasn't going to quit again. So I decided to stay and chug it out and see where, let's see where this adventure leads. And thankfully, before I left Nigeria, I had gotten a call back from Alberta Health Services for a project coordinator role that I had applied to before I left. And in the week that I landed, I had my first and only interview, and I got the job, which was great, because now a lot of my worries were put to rest. I could get a job in my field, and I could now see that it was possible. But I knew that I wanted more. The employment consultant that I spoke to while I was in Nigeria had talked so much about Edmonton. Edmonton was such a great place. Lots of tech companies were moving to Edmonton. There's a huge tech community body here, and I wanted to be a part of that. But again, I didn't know how, until I one day stumbled on the project manager role at Amii, and it seemed to me like the role was written with my name on it, because I love the colors, the excitement in the role. It seemed like I was coming to change the world. So I said, yes, this is exactly why I came to Canada. I see myself doing stuff like this. I've always wanted to work in not-for-profit company, and Amii was just that. And the values at Amii aligned very much with my personal values. So I decided to apply. And long story short, I got the job. It was in a field that I had no experience about, and at the time, I got another role as well in Toronto that was going to pay me way more than he was going to pay me. But I was very excited about the prospect of doing something that I loved, something that I knew that I would enjoy, and being in a space that was like at the core of tech in Edmonton. Interestingly, the week that I landed, a friend of mine had done like a downtown tour for me. So he pointed out to me DeepMind office at Amii. Oh no, he didn't know about Amii, neither did I, but we saw the building, DeepMind, and he talked about Sutton, how he had moved to Edmonton because Sutton was here, because he had heard of the work that he had done with reinforcement learning. And that was the first time that I heard of artificial intelligence, or I gave it any thought at all. So it just made sense when I saw that role that, oh, this is tech. But it's not tech that I'm familiar with. I've done stuff mostly in IT infrastructure, so I had no knowledge of machine learning. And here I was supposed to manage projects in machine learning and AI that I knew nothing about. I kind of been used to doing projects where I had some domain knowledge, but in this instance I had none. So with all the confidence that I came into Amii with, I had like maybe a horrible first month because I started to doubt myself. Like imposter syndrome set in. I was wondering, do I really belong here? I know that I wanted this, but it didn't seem like I fit in. I didn't have too many people that looked like me, so I started to doubt myself again. But I love Amii because of the way that they onboard new employees. There's like a standard structure. I got the opportunity to shadow my manager for a couple of weeks, and I got lots of reassurances from her that I was not expected to be a domain expertise. I knew project management, and that's what I came to do, and I just focused on that. And the journey has been great. I'm not saying that moving to Canada has been easy, far from it. I came here by myself, no family, and it's had its, well, I say downsides and upsides, but it's been more excitement than it's been horrible, if I would say. And I've learned so much on this journey that if you want to do something, just do it. There's so many benefits to taking risks. You open yourself up to new opportunities. You learn, you stretch yourself. You take yourself out of that comfort zone, that place where you're comfortable, because you know that you want more. And it's okay to want more. It's okay to not want more. But if you do want more, take the risk. So I'm saying with this story that taking risk helps you to increase your resilience, and you find that you become tougher. You're able to overcome your fears and challenges and just launch into the deep and do that thing that you so passionately want to do. But to do that, you have to believe in yourself. It's okay to have self-doubt every now and again. It happens to the best of us. But pick yourself up and keep going and follow that thing that you dream about, that vision that you see of yourself, that you know is possible. Relentlessly follow that dream. You already have all it takes. It's okay to continue to learn and to grow, but at whatever point you are, know that you are enough and you have everything that you need at the time. Then trust the process. It's not going to be easy, whatever it is that you choose to do. It might be that you're trying to pivot into a new career, or you're trying to move to a new country, or you're trying to quit a dead-end job, or whatever it is that you want to do. Just trust the process and follow through, and surround yourself with good people that can tell you how great you are, how awesome you are, and people that truly, truly believe in you. And one quote or statement that I live by is that you don't have to see the whole staircase, but you just have to take the first step and take the risk. I hope that this has been informative for you. Thank you so much for having me.